Eggs cooked to perfection. You kid? What the? Somebody get my camera! What's happening, Fresh Baked? Something is happening today. Today is a special day for most Disney fans, I'm assuming anyway, and I wanted to talk about it. Not like a full video or anything like that, but I feel like it needs mentioning because we don't talk about Michael Eisner enough. At least I don't think so. Today is the 10-year anniversary of Michael Eisner leaving the Disney company 10 years ago. In 2005, he left the company. Thank you. In the article that I was reading about this the other day, it said that he had been working for the Disney company for 21 years. And does that even seem right? Because that puts it back from 1984 to 2005. Man, that's a long time. I had no idea. And, it's funny because his story is one where he starts out as almost a savior because Disney was hurting in the 80s, man. They were hurting. And he helped bring back animation, right? And he helped create more revenue for the Disney company, for starters, by realizing that they should be charging a heck of a lot more to enter Disneyland. And while we could be angry about that, we should also understand that that's kind of what's happening. That's how business goes. You charge what the people are willing to pay. We were willing to pay, apparently, infinite amounts more for our Disneyland tickets, and he understood that, and that's why we have our ticket prices the way they are today, because back then they were still holding to the idea of Walt that he thought that everybody should have an equal chance of going to Disneyland, not just the elite. Well, that's still the case today. I should say everybody still goes. They just pay more than they want to. But anyway, I just want to, again, so going back, so his story, he went from a savior, in terms of animation and creating revenue and making Disney because they were almost taken over. You guys understand this? They were almost bought out before Eisner showed up. They were almost bought out. Can you believe that? They almost sold the company. Anyway, but he went from savior to total pariah because he just lost track of what he was doing. You know what it was? It was when Frank Wells died. He of the Wells expedition in the Matterhorn. He died, and he was considered like the antithesis. He's the one who kept Eisner in check. And when he lost that, things went haywire. But yeah, I've already said more than I wanted to on this Eisner topic. I just wanted to put that out there. Happy Eisner Quit Day, everybody. Hopefully we can make this like a national Disney holiday for years to come. And while I have you, there's a couple more things that came across my my desk the last few days. It's been announced that there's an actual formal end date for the 60th anniversary celebration. It's going to be September 5th. Not of this year, of next year, 2016. So it's going to go, the celebration started a month before the actual 60th birthday, and it's going to go for another 3 or 4 months after the 60th. So this is going to be the 61st anniversary. What a long party this has been. But so for those of you who are wondering how long these things are going to be, staying at Disneyland, for a really long time, another year. Yeah, and so while I was browsing the news out there, I found another article, yet one more article complaining about why Disney won't release the original Star Wars. This particular author spent... There's a reason for that, by the way, and we're going to get to it. But this particular author spent, 4 or 5 paragraphs complaining about how we're owed. We should come to expect the unaltered versions of Star Wars, the ones that George Lucas so infamously said, they're mine, I'm going to make them, I'm paraphrasing, but he says, these are my movies, and this is the way I want them to be, and to hell with you guys, I can make them any way I want, which is both true and not true, George. I've said this before, they don't belong to you anymore, and I don't mean because Disney bought them, I mean they are now a part of public. It's ours now. It's all ours. It belongs to everyone. And you screwed them up, George, and that's why nobody likes you anymore. But anyway, my point is that Disney doesn't own the original Star Wars. 20th Century Fox still owns it. They own all the distribution rights. And matter of fact, they own the actual film outright, I think. I think they have an agreement with Disney to, sort of... Well, I guess Disney owns the characters, maybe the stories, and the right to market it or to do like what's I'm looking for, merchandise, that thing, yeah. But I think that 20th Century Fox still owns the actual movie A New Hope. So there, I mean, again, we have to keep repeating this for those who think that it's Disney's fault. It's their doing. They're not releasing the original copies of Star Wars and the other trilogies or the other films in the trilogy. I think they're trying, and I think it does come down to an arrangement, making an agreement with 20th Century Fox to do this. But I would like to ask all of you internet bloggers out there, stop it, please. Stop asking, getting angry over something that Disney has no control over or very little control over. So there's that. And here's something this happened a couple weeks ago, this announcement, but I felt like I wanted to talk about it with this little batch of news stuff that I'm doing here. But a couple weeks ago, Disney announced they announced two packages. One for Halloween time at the Blue Bayou, which sounds pretty interesting, but we're going to get into that later because it all sounds great. I have nothing to talk about. It just sounds great. Let's do it, but I can't. But I want to talk about the Jungle Cruise breakfast. Have you guys read about this? In my intro, I'm reading this and I'm like, oh, this sounds fascinating. Here's what you get. You get breakfast before you go on a Jungle Cruise. I'm reading my notes over here. You get breakfast, and then you get to skipper the Jungle Cruise, a boat, and do the spiel, which sounds amazing, I think. Although I'd probably be terrified to do it myself because, what I do is different from getting up in front of other people like face to face or whatever. But I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could recite a Jungle Cruise spiel, even a part of it. But anyway, that's not the part that's got me crazy. Here's the breakfast. You can get pastries, exotic fruit, a chia parfait, which when I saw that, I'm like, what the heck is a chia parfait? Well, this is the chia parfait. And I'm not sure if I want to make the association. I'm assuming they call it a chia parfait because of it looks like a chia pet. Is that a thing? Like, I want to think of a plant when I'm eating my... Anyway, bacon. I love the terms that I love it when they say the bacon is glazed pork belly bacon. Well, guys, you know what that is? It's just bacon. Okay, that's just bacon. There's nothing special about this bacon. And then they go on to say you're going to get some pan-seared sausage. You know what that is? That's sausage that they put in a pan. And then they cooked it. Of course it's seared. Well, maybe they're saying, well, it's not microwaved, which I guess is, we're thankful for that. And then hash browns. And then finally, and this was the kicker, eggs cooked to perfection. Now, I can only assume that they're talking about scrambled eggs because I know there's not a chef back there asking you if you want your eggs sunny side up or over easy or whatever. They're not making you fried eggs, okay? They're making you scrambled eggs. And the term cooked to perfection, I don't think in any way, shape, or form can be attributed to scrambled eggs. Even if you like scrambled eggs, which I don't, there's really like two ways you can make eggs or scrambled eggs. There's runny eggs and then not runny eggs. What is perfection? What is eggs cooked to perfection when it comes to scrambled eggs? I have to know, Fresh Baked. Please help me out. That cracked me up. That's why I'm here, guys. That's why I'm doing this video, because I wanted to talk about Disney is the definition of scrambled eggs cooked to perfection. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. We'll be back later on with some more topics and maybe something. What I want to talk about, guys, pretty soon is crowds at Disneyland. I want to talk about that, so stay tuned for that, you guys. Until next time, Fresh Baked, everybody. Bye. 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 I'm gonna go back to work. I got things to do. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Secrets in History videos or maybe our ride-throughs. Or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. It truly is the best of Disney Baked Fresh Daily. Oh, and don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked through our Patreon campaign, link below. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!